it's always kind of been my mantra to tell the guys, all that stuff we've been teaching the last 2 weeks, don't even think about it. Line up, get lined up right, and go like hell.
Welcome in, Utah fans, to another exciting edition of the Crimson Corner right here on KSL.com. And we are just hours away from the start of the 2015 Utah football season. I can't think of a more anticipated game. You have to go all the way back to 2004 when Utah played Texas A&M. Michigan Wolverines coming to town. Jim Harbaugh coaching the Michigan Wolverines. You've got the media circus surrounding that. You've got the media circus surrounding just the name of Michigan. How do the Utes handle that?
Honestly, I don't think they necessarily have to worry about that hype. Let Fox Sports handle that hype. Let everybody else worry about Jim Harbaugh. You know, in their eyes, it's another game. It doesn't really matter to them. You know, you come in there and you focus on what you do. It's just another game that you are a better team. You know, you just go in and take care of what you do and worry about yourself.
You know, talking about doing what you do, Utah's offense is centered around Heisman candidate and hopeful Devontae Booker. It can't be a secret that the game plan for Utah offensively has to be handing the ball to Booker, but how will they do against Michigan's stout rush defense that only surrendered 2.5 yards per carry last year?
You know, and to be fair, Michigan really kept Booker down last year. He wasn't their starter and he only had 11 carries, but at the same time, Michigan is a great team on defense. They have a way to be able to stop it, which is one of those reasons why Utah has to figure out what it's doing in the passing game. If they can't figure out that to alleviate some of that pressure on Booker, or to be able to figure out how they can get some sort of a run game as well as a passing game, you know, Utah's going to be in a world of hurt. They've got to figure out that, because Michigan's defense isn't just going to give up and roll over. It's their offense that they have to worry about.
You know, you talk about the Utah's offense. Travis Wilson currently second in school history in both games started and games played, behind Brian Johnson. Lastly, let's talk about the newcomers up on the hill. You've been to fall camp and seen these guys develop. I mean, who are going to be these impact players going, you know, and it could even make an impact as early as this game against Michigan?
You know, there's quite a few players on the offense, especially at the wide receiver group. You've got Tyrone Smith, who they thought they were going to play at defense. They didn't know what they were going to do with him, but he's now listed as a starter in Tim Patrick's spot. He's looking to have a great year. C.O.C. Wilson had fantastic hands in fall camp. He caught almost every single pass that came his way. Britton Covey, despite his size, is finding a way to be able to just make things work and be able to be a nice slot receiver. And then somebody that a lot of people aren't talking about is Joe Williams, backing up Devontae Booker. Maybe we'll see him in some two-back sets or just some opportunities to be able to alleviate Booker. He's a fantastic piece for Utah. I think all these guys are going to be great assets and a great opportunity for Utah to build moving forward.
It'll be a fantastic 1-2 punch with Booker and Williams in the backfield. If you hadn't had a chance, read Josh Furlong's article over on KSL.com. Now, last, I want to get your prediction for this game. I mean, the media circus, it's winding down. Game day's, just a couple hours away. What do you see developing? Do you see Utah getting out to a fast start, or do you see this more being a back-and-forth event?
I see Whittingham just trying to take it to Michigan early. You don't have to worry about playing them next year. You just go and you take it to them. Don't let Harbaugh ruin your fun. Go in there and just, throw some amazing passes, then throw in Booker and try to figure it out. Before I really got into the thick of things, I really thought this was going to be a close game, and I kind of still believe that. But I honestly think that Utah could win by 10 in this one pretty easily.
I see myself eating 10 or more cupcakes this game, so we'll see about that. But let's take a look at what happened last year as Utah defeated the Michigan Wolverines.
I know our whole team is excited to go and play there. And
Michigan's a great opponent. This is a huge game for us to show what we're about and really go get what we want.
They're Michigan. I mean, that really says it all. We've got to be ready to play our A game, without a doubt.
Nothing's better than a 70-yard screen pass, that gets us going, and that's what our offense needs.
I used to wake up and watch these guys play every morning. To do it in a big house, it's one of those things I would never forget. This is how I show my love. I made it in my mind.
And it was my immense honor I felt great. I want to strike a Heisman pose.
We're getting good pressure on the quarterback, so we're getting tackles for loss and sacks from the front, tackles from the linebackers, and good coverage in the, in the man situations and the zone drops. And then the secondary seems to be covering much better this year, and we got the 3 interceptions.
Suspending play, the teams are going to the locker rooms, and we will have a weather delay. I doubt there's going to be very many fans left in the stand.
There are more Utah fans in the big house now than there are Michigan fans.
Oh, man, we played with passion and energy today, man. It was the big house, man. Like you said, we want to turn the big house to our house.
Funches couldn't hang on. High throw by Gardner, and Funches got walloped by Blanket.
We got some things going for us right now, but it's a tough conference. Tough conference every week will be a challenge.
It's great being 3-0, and our next goal is to be 4-0.
For me, it was kind of like a dream come true, just looking at everything and seeing the big house and all the fans, especially our fans.